In ridiculous and obnoxious fertility benefits health insurance news, I have a $25,000 cap on my assisted reproductive technology. And I'm very lucky and very fortunate to have any coverage at all. But yesterday, I found out that I had hit that cap for the year. And it was a surprise because basically, you know how when you get your explanation of benefits, it usually has stuff at the top. It's like how much of your deductible have you reached, how much of your out of pocket have you spent, et cetera, et cetera. Well, for fertility benefits, it's its own bucket and they don't share that with you. So you actually have to request it, and then it comes in a zip file, and then you try to put it together. I wanted to know how much I had spent earlier in the year. I think it was around June. I requested knowing how much of my fertility benefits were left for assisted reproductive technology specifically. And I was told $17,000. And they said that I had used $17,000, which meant there should be $8,000 left. Now, then just like yesterday, I got an explanation of benefits that said, oops, actually we reworked this and you've used all your $25,000. So, that's just how it is with this stuff. It's an $8,000 oopsie-daisy. We thought that it was only gonna be $17,000, but actually it's $25,000. So hope you weren't counting on that $8,000 for any reason. And this is me being lucky too. This is me actually having benefits. It's just so stupid. And I will say, to be 100% fair, I'm pretty sure that when I asked them about how much I had left on the benefits, they said something like, you've used $17,000, but one of the bills is still pending. This was June. The bill that was pending was from March. And then here we are in September. They had already given me an explanation of benefits for what happened in March, but they just were revising it. So going forward, I may think I have a certain amount. How will I know that they won't revise it and just decide, oh, actually, we revised it. There's $25,000 that you thought you had and you didn't. I'm exaggerating, but not by much. And so after dealing with this for 3 years and working as hard as I could to understand as much as I could about all of this stuff, I have come to the conclusion that basically you cannot really fully understand or control the system. The system is always going to do something bad, something that harms you in some way. And I'm not saying that it's set up that way on purpose. I don't really know, but the fact that even that it's so slow that it's like impossible to make planning decisions. Oh, and we're only talking about advanced age fertility, not something where time like matters, right? And I also realize that I'm talking about fertility benefits. It's something that I'm lucky to have, and that it's something that I'm choosing to pursue. Unlike many of the other medical problems that people have thrust upon them and, have to deal with the same or worse type of scenario. But anyway, just thought I'd put that out there as another really frustrating aspect of this whole process. Because sometimes when I have a setback, like when I get the email and here I am thinking that I have about $8,000 left, which I could have used towards getting some medicines and getting some of the medicines that I have to take to have another egg retrieval. I could have gotten about 2/3 of them covered with that, but now I can't, obviously. And so sometimes I hear that and I get this type of news and I really just feel overwhelmed and like I just should give up. It's hard to be faced with those type of setbacks over and over again. But I take a day or two and then I realize that I'm going to keep going. And I'm sure not going to stop because the insurance company takes 6 months to finish a bill and doesn't give you any sense of how much they're going to cover in the meantime. Honestly, this fertility benefits stuff, the fact that they don't just tell you at the top like they do with other parts of the benefit, is that they don't tell you at the top of the explanation of benefits, is like, I don't know why this isn't a class action lawsuit. It probably should be. And if anyone knows how to do that and wants to get involved, you know, hit me up. I'll join your class action lawsuit. But yeah, I don't know. It's wild. I mean, we all know that insurance is a problem. And yet, even at that, like, I also realized that I'm really fortunate to have insurance and even to live in a country where there is insurance. I mean, we might not have the best insurance system in the world, but I've recently, recently somebody in my extended family passed away and there was no insurance in the country that they live in. So I realized that I hope I don't sound like I'm complaining too much. I'm just sharing something that is not the most important thing in the world, but it's important to me and it's been frustrating to me. So keep fighting. I'm not giving up yet.